Social connectivity. Social connectivity is one of the most fundamental things that we need as human beings for our overall well-being. Whether that's through our friends, our family, our partners, whoever it is, we need this connectivity with others. And one of the hardest things about people who suffer with mental health issues is this lack of social connectivity. One of the things about why there's such a stigma about opening up with your mental health issues, yes, you do feel judged, or there's the fear of feeling judged, embarrassed, but it does go a lot deeper than that, in the sense that you just don't feel connected to anyone. When I was going through kind of my struggles, one of my main things that made me feel so alone was that I felt such a lack of connectedness to other human beings. Whether that was forging new kind of friendships, relationships, or even with my existing ones, which was even harder because the people who've given you joy and love in your life before, there was a bit of more of a distant connection, and that's tough. Not only for obviously those people, they don't know kind of how you're feeling, and it's not something where you think in your head, oh, I feel more disconnected from them. But it's, for me, reflecting on that, that's what it is. You don't feel connected to people. And for example, with social events, you miss social events. And as I've explained before, this is one of the signs. And a lot of this is because you don't feel connected to people. And with that, that starts to ruminate in your head. You feel like you're basically not worthy of being there. And not feeling that worth in anything in life is horrible, horrible. But when you're in that more vulnerable position, not feeling any worth in being in a situation around your friends or maybe your friends' friends, you feel like a waste of space. So you just don't bother going, out of form of, oh, well, what's the point of me being there? And as we know, this further and further withdrawal from all these things makes us feel less connected. And then the more we distance ourselves, the more time we spend by ourselves, those struggling with mental health issues, the more disconnected they feel from everyone. And that's why people who have mental health issues find it so difficult to open up in the first place. So it's not just something as simple as, oh, we are here for you, you can always open up, because sometimes you feel disconnected from your own friends. I'll always remember times when I went back home and saw my friends from school and was around my friends at university at the time. Half the time I felt like I don't belong here, no one wants me here. And no one was saying that. That was just the thoughts going on inside my head. And that can happen for people on a far more intense scale than it happened to me. So this is why, people with mental health issues struggle to speak up, because there's such a lack of connection with literally, could be every single person on this planet, could be your own parents, depends on the person, but having that lack of connectedness is really tough to manage on a day-to-day basis. And as you can imagine, it can escalate into a bad, vicious cycle of not having that connectivity, going down before you know it, feeling too alone, and you think, I'm not worthy, so things could go extremely sour. And the only way to fix this, the only way that helped me, was the day I broke down and spoke up. That first time I just finally said something about my mental health was the day I started to feel connected to people again. And now here I am talking to people about mental health, feeling more connected to try and resonate with people than ever. So it's always that first bit which is the hardest to snowball, get that momentum going. And it all comes in your own time. But that first step is when you will start to feel connected to people. I promise you.